Really want to take the time and thank you guys. Sorry, we're just having a little bit of connection issues here, it looks like. Sorry about that on our end. Before we get started on Iron Island, we do want to kind of just, take the time to realize the Conjuring House was bought by somebody. We don't know who. The auction is canceled for those who don't know. We might be a little late to the party on that one. But yeah, no, we just really want to say that we don't know who the new owner is. There was a tweet that kind of went out and was like immediately taken down with the person's name. Just hope they do a good, genuine job doing what they do and kind of keeping the house genuine and for everybody. But anybody, any questions, anything throughout this podcast, feel free to type them into the comments section down below. Questions, thoughts, your own personal opinions.
Your own personal stories.
Absolutely, we love hearing a lot of that here.
I like to read those.
No, it's definitely good to hear everyone's personal paranormal experiences. So, one more thing before we get started on Iron Island. I'm an idiot. Um, didn't hit record on one of the cameras that we kind of like left alone in this hallway all night. And on that camera, we unfortunately didn't get anything, not even a recording. I never hit record. It's my fault. We're just kind of excited and jumped the gun. But yeah, we'll get into why, I'm kind of kicking myself on that a little later into the segment here. And when we first got to Iron Island, it was definitely a weird night just from the very beginning. From me going into the wrong door. Yeah. No, the entities weren't too happy about that. We actually did have, before we even got started, right after the tour, we had our probably my favorite Joe Para oddities story. Lisa, the tour guide there, she's offering. They have equipment for everybody that goes and does investigations there. So if you ever do want to ghost hunt, try your hand at it. Maybe just looking for something to do. If you do book an overnight there, they do allow you to use a lot of equipment.
Yeah, she's got a lot of stuff on hand.
Yeah, stuff we don't even have. We didn't really use any of their equipment, unfortunately. Not that it wasn't any good, just
we had our own.
We had our own, yeah. And so this is where it gets kind of funny with Joe, where she asks us, "Oh, well, what did you guys bring?" And I'm just like, "Oh, spirit box, REM pod, EVP recorder." And I told her about that styrofoam ball we had throughout the night. Just kind of like nothing happened with it, but we're trying to get the spirit to push towards yes or push towards no with it. And immediately after that, she goes, "Did Joe send you guys?" And at every place we find that we just end up knowing somebody that knows Joe, and I just thought that was very cool, very great guy over there. Nobody has anything negative to say about him. So, what'd you feel overall about Iron Island throughout the night?
It was creepy, especially in the altar room where we got that weird thing, wooden altar looking thing.
The altar turned purple throughout our camera at a point.
That and the little kneeling pews turned purple. It was weird.
Yeah, and right as that happened, a little what we thought was like a goat appeared right in between.
Looked like you know how a satanic head looks.
Yeah.
Like a the little goat ram head or whatever. It looked like that, and it was weird because one of the readings we got was cult and servant.
Yeah,
and I thought that was weird.
I was actually rewatching that clip the other day when they're actually posted our Instagram on our highlights too. If you're on our Facebook, which if you're watching this you are, but go to our bio, go to our Instagram. I was actually able to post the videos on there easier than Facebook because Facebook was only letting me post one video at a time for whatever reason. But yeah, no, the reading we got was worship. That weird thing happened with the goat and the altar turning purple and all that. And then I got servants in a cult while I was in Estes. That was the exact And that recording will be on our highlights on our Instagram page if you want to go check that out.
Chapel Room was really creepy while he was in Estes. I felt like there was something around me. I don't know, like something you can't see but you know is around you. Started making me feel weird, like claustrophobic.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
For
started
a bit there, and I was like, all right, it's okay, calm down, you know.
Yeah.
And then I like gathered myself and felt a little better, but definitely felt like something was like around me, getting close and making me feel like anxious that
Yeah.
there was something there I couldn't see.
Yeah.
That was a weird feeling in there.
Yeah, that weird thing that was behind me too on the when I was in the chair there, and we thought we saw it going up the wall behind the altar as well on the live feed, and we watched it back.
And then when I felt that, I was like, oh, that might be why I felt that way. Like it's literally
Right.
crawling around the freaking room, like just doing whatever.
Yeah.
And I can't see it, so I'm just like, you know, why do I feel like there's someone near me getting too close?
Right. Yeah. Like getting like real personal in space.
Yeah.
And even before we started in the chapel room, I don't whoever's been to Iron Island, I don't know if you've ever been in Edgar's room. Edgar doesn't really bother with you while you hunt, anything like that. And I noticed they had cameras throughout the building, but, like as soon as we got there, which understandable, you know, you gotta protect, you know, yourself in any situation there. But yeah, no, so they have you go up into this attic spot. They don't have you actually go like up into it because it's just a drop ceiling.
It used to be like a second story to Vacation Bible School, and where the like choir would sing or something like that.
Yeah, which I didn't see it. I mean, they probably have it blocked off by now.
Well, it's probably all
stairs.
ceilinged off now. That's
Yeah.
why you can't really.
Yeah, but you can't go up there. But they kind of have you, you know, climb the ladder. You know, you poke your head up, talk to Edgar, tell him your intentions tonight. And when I first went up there, I saw it was a little red dot right on like one of the walls of the, you know, of the attic upstairs, and I didn't think anything of it. It was, you know, it was just I thought it was a camera or, you know, maybe a temperature reader or something like that to that degree.
Yeah, like a little camera security light or something like that.
Yeah, and I asked Lisa at the end of the tour, I was like, by the way, like, I don't even know what made me ask this question, but I just asked, I was like, do you guys got a camera up in that attic? And she said, no, there's not even electricity. So, random shot in the dark, maybe something like a laser beam was being pointed at that moment. I don't know if light could even pass through up there. There used to be windows up there that are now covered by wood from back when it was a church. It's all its original stained glass and everything. But yeah, no, it was definitely weird seeing that little.
So do you feel like something was up there with you or no?
I don't. I. I mean, yeah, because like, why would they, you know, just have you?
If you knew at the time that there wasn't any like security camera up there, would you have been like more like panicked?
Yeah, not panicked, not
like
panicked,
what is that like?
Yeah, I would have, you know, if she would, you know, like, and you know, if she would have mentioned like, hey, there's not a camera up there. The tour guide was great. I'm not saying anything bad about her.
I know. I don't even think about it. I should have handed him the camera to like while he was on the ladder to climb.
We weren't even live at that point.
Are you sure?
We were not even live at that point because she was still in the room with us.
We did the tour.
And she wasn't in the room with us. I don't know. Maybe did I don't know.
I don't say. I definitely recorded you going up the ladder and then like looked away, and then I was now I'm thinking to myself, I should have just gave you the camera to like peek up there and see and look around. I guess so you could maybe see something.
Yeah, that
catch something on camera.
Hindsight's 20/20.
I know.
But but yeah, no, just a cool little tidbit. When we investigated Edgar's room, we just got a bunch of just leave me alone. He doesn't really want to be bothered with anybody. He doesn't really, you know, care to.
I thought she said to like introduce yourself to him.
I did, yeah.
And we did, but he still just kind of.
He hung, yeah, and I said if you want to come investigate with us, feel free. I don't know if he took us up on the offer, because in the room, I mean, maybe I should watch the recording back and really pay attention to the audio this time, because a lot of times when we're watching stuff back, I'm mainly looking for stuff in a lot of different corners and directions, and you know, maybe watch it back and hear if like I heard that same voice in Edgar's room that you know you hear throughout the house type deal. You know what I mean? Yeah, I thought when we went in the basement and we saw, well, we didn't see it live, but we kind of got it in the playback when we were watching it. The tour guide even told us if you do spirit box or Estes, you hear little kids, but or no, I'm sorry, if you do spirit box or Estes, you hear like an older man, but if you do EVPs, you tend to pick up like younger children. When we saw that little blocky figure coming towards us, and that's another video that'll be on our Instagram. Um, yeah, no, we just thought that was really cool.
Are you talking about the steps on?
Yeah.
Well, something is like walking upstairs, or are you talking about what it looked like when something walked out of that?
When something
dark,
walked
storage?
out of that dark store, yeah, that cold storage room rather where
Okay.
they would keep some.
Well, we were down there, we were also hearing the footsteps that Lisa said you can hear when you go down there. It sounds like somebody's walking back and forth in a certain part. Yeah. And we heard them. It definitely sounded like somebody walking around back and forth. As soon as we went down there, literally and sat down, yeah. Footsteps started happening.
Yeah, and the building itself just has so much history from, you know, life and people passing through. It was a church at one point. It was a funeral home. It was their basement was a morgue. I want to say, right, because they said they found all those cremated ashes and everything. So
that's where they said they would go down there and embalm people.
Yeah.
So they would drain them of all like their bodily, like their blood and fluids and stuff like that, and then haul them back up after they did whatever.
Yeah.
And they would just dump the like blood and.
Oh yeah, the way she said they would.
Stuff just rely on
gravity. Yeah. Yeah. But no, the whole experience overnight was really good. Like you said, we were in the basement too. You hear the footsteps. Again, shooting myself because we didn't have that camera rolling.
I know.
Yeah. Because no, if you sit down there in the basement, you'll find you'll hear a lot. You'll hear a lot of like pacing back and forth, walking. It almost sounded like something was like coming towards us in the basement.
Yeah, the stairway is so like cramped. They were like, oh, they had to like redo the stairs and stuff. I'm like, how did it look before? I'm like, this is still a small area to be hauling like a body down into. It was still a very narrow way. She's like, oh, it's been like redone so like you can walk down it better. I'm like, but how did we get bodies down here? It's like such a tight little corner, like angle into the basement. It's not just straight down. It's like around a bend. And I'm like, how the hell are they getting stiff dead bodies down there?
Right. Like, yeah, no, it's like, did they just like,
they have the little like conveyor thing, but it's like still, how did that work going around the corner of that tiny like, staircase?
Yeah, the basement was really an interesting time. There was that little girl. I don't know if we got her at all. Maybe that's
in that
little hole. Yeah,
there's like a hole in the stones like under the foundation of the house.
Yeah.
Apparently she hung out and it was her spot, but I don't think we got anything like that.
Yeah.
Like a little girl or anything like that over Estes or anything.
Yeah, no, not that I recall. Nothing really significant. Yeah, no, just that whole the kid walking in the basement and the footsteps over the top of us. That was really.
And we walked in the front door too.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, nobody ever comes in this door because it's called the dead man's door, and it's because you usually go out at dead after a funeral service. You're usually hauling somebody out that is dead. And I was like, great. So we just barged in on somebody's funeral, and that's why everyone was kind of like weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I found out throughout the night that they weren't too happy that
they kept
we came
telling us to like
that
leave.
door. Yeah, towards the end there, they
weird stuff like that, weird little things like that they just kind of sound like they're like, yeah.
Yeah, the kids running around throughout the house, which I could see the REM pod was going nuts all night, and it was almost like they were playing like tag or something or hide and seek, and just kind of like.
At one point, it looked like it looked like there was a little kid behind one of the chairs, like touching the REM pod.
Yeah.
You see like a peek of a head over like the top of the chair, and then what looked to be like a limb coming around the chair, and then maybe feet on the under part of the chair because you could see like under the chair a little bit. It almost looked like feet, and I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Yeah, no, that was like it was playing hide and seek or something, or just spying on us.
Yeah, that is one of the pictures we do have on Facebook as well. Yeah, that was it was really crazy with the kids too. We even got like a reading that, hey, I got kids running around, like we're kind of sick of you here tonight.
Like, who are you, strangers?
Yeah.
Like it's like strangers so coming around your kid. You're like.
Yeah, they have a mother there that's looking for her son. I want to say his name was Jimmy, but we did hear from her. We were trying to get her name throughout the investigation, or her son's name, I'm sorry, throughout the investigation. She wouldn't tell us, but we got a reading. I'm looking for my son.
We kept hearing clapping. He kept saying he was hearing clapping.
Yeah, but it was weird. It wasn't. It was like a round. It was like a weird round of applause in like the spirit box. If that, like, I don't know what that would be at that time of night when what radio station would just be giving a round of applause to what, especially for like as long as it was going on too. Yeah, I'd say it was like
you kept saying it was happening. Was what was weird.
Yeah, it was like a good for a good Mississippi, it would just be like a solid round of applause for. Don't know what kind of church. I want to say it was some type of Baptist church, something like that. I could be wrong.
It's not for black people.
I have no idea.
Can't remember. It's such an old church. I can't remember who it was like catering to when they first made it. I'm gonna have to look back into that. I forgot what kind of church it was even.
Yeah.
I remember her telling us, I'm not a big church person. I don't know much, so
yeah.
I can't remember what she said, like what specific church it was for like what religion.
Another thing too, it was something about a nun. We were getting like hits on the REM pod if like we asked if they were a nun, but no like actual vocal confirmation.
I feel like nuns wouldn't even want to talk anyways if we like got a nun.
We actually got that reading, remember?
Oh yeah, that's
when it
right.
Said, it said, like, I don't think I'm supposed to be talking to you.
Yeah, you were like, and you were in Estes. It was like, I'm supposed to be talking to you, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, then who else? Who wants to talk to?
Right.
Like,
yeah, it makes you wonder like what they're experiencing, which is, I mean, for me, part of the reason I like to do this.
Yeah.
To find out what is exactly going on.
What it's like, because obviously there's something there, something.
And I just feel like each case is unique.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for some people, it could be fun. Because both things cause hauntings, like, hypothetically, right? Like.
Well, yeah, for a funeral home, I'd say,
yeah. For
funeral homes always seem like they're a little haunted, or there's something going on.
I'm saying, like, this could be like, oh, this person loved this place and they never wanted to leave it, and that's why they haunt it, or this person was in pain here, and like both things cause hauntings.
It also makes me like wonder if there's people there that like had held a funeral there, like a loved one, like the ones with the kids, like they held their kid's funeral there. So like when they passed away, did they come back there thinking their kid's body was like resting there, or spirit to say, was resting there still, like looking for them? It just makes you wonder, like, all the stuff that they go through. Like,
yeah, and, it's like, does their spirit travel with their vessel, maybe? Because if there's kids haunting it, I mean, I'd assume the only reason they're there is they, unfortunately, had a funeral for them there.
Which is, kind of sad.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was sad seeing, like, the kids' pictures there.
Yeah, dying of, cancer like and stuff like that at a very young age.
One drowning from having a seizure in the bathtub. And the other one, I can't remember.
I don't remember. I know there was 3 main ones.
Pneumonia, maybe? I can't remember. That one was the one, the big case, though, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That had Jimmy's, like, phone.
And on top of that, like, just everything that's, like, from how, we think the shadow man in the hallway is kind of like.
It just sounds funny when you see the shadow man.
I know, right?
People are probably like, you're crazy. Shadow man.
We didn't see him in our footage. Maybe we would have if I didn't forget to turn on the camera. I'm not going to stop mentioning that. But he kind of seems to want to just like keep the place in order, and maybe like, we said maybe a funeral director who just kind of wants order.
Because the funeral director lived in the back as well. Like, so that was his home as well.
Yeah.
Like, he lived there, so like it could have very well we came through a door that we shouldn't have because maybe he wasn't holding a funeral or something. It was like, what are you doing at my door? Like, this is my funeral door. Why didn't you just come in the back home door? He was probably like, what the hell? I almost think maybe it was him that didn't like that.
Yeah, it was definitely
I'm
him.
like, maybe it was him that didn't
He was having a rough night. We went through the wrong door. He's got kids running around. Oh, what else we got on here?
Anything else you get to say about the museum itself?
Oh yeah, that was what else I was gonna say too. Behind all of, it was a church where, kids went to Sunday schools and nuns were there and, doing religious ceremonies. Not only that, along with the funeral home, everything in there is like donated. You know what I mean? Like,
and that altar's weird.
Yeah, that
don't
altar.
know where it came from.
Yeah.
But I think that thing gives off weird vibes.
Yeah, no, definitely, especially with the.
If you've seen the altar from the video, it's creepy as hell looking.
It doesn't look like anything that would be, in my opinion, in like a Catholic church. I could be wrong.
It looks like it came out of Dracula's castle or something.
Yeah, and to get that reading, it's
looking.
like, what came in with that item, and it's a whole war museum. Edgar, there was 29 bodies. Edgar's remains were one of the only ones never claimed. And
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, honestly. Weird things that, whatever that thing crawling around, I don't know who that was particularly. There was definitely someone like just like jumping around.
Yeah, and honestly, I wish we would have went live with her tour too.
Because... And it only felt like that one room.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like the other two like connected the other rooms that were connected. It felt like just that room attached to that tiny little room there.
And we do try to spend as much time in each room as possible too. It just really depends on how the night's going, where we kind of just, if we're getting a lot, we stay a little longer.
Sometimes the conversation's interesting.
Yeah.
You want to know more, so you're like, tell me more.
Yeah.
They're willing to talk.
Yeah. For as uncomfortable as you were, we did spend a good amount of time in there.
I wasn't uncomfortable the whole time.
Just during the Estes, you said, right?
And it was weird because then when we watched it back, obviously I wasn't seeing that weird blur of like looking like something was crawling around the room until after we reviewed the footage.
Mm-hmm.
And it was around one of the times that it was like near and behind you that we think it was like fuzzying it up. And it was like behind you in the chair in Estes.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like it was getting closer to me, like crawling around.
Yeah.
I could, like I said, I wasn't seeing anything on the camera while I'm looking around. But at a point, like, I flip around and look both ways because I was, like, panicking just a little bit because I felt like I was, like, getting claustrophobic.
And it's the strangest thing, and just, like, a note to anybody who goes live with their investigations, too. It seems to be a lot of the times when things are getting disconnected weirdly, you know what I mean? Or, like, that we see this, like, blockiness, and we just kind of, like, freeze frame. And sometimes there's nothing. Sometimes, maybe I just can't make it out. Maybe there is nothing there. It's just some weird interference. I don't know. But
that's kind of why we do it frame by frame to like see what changes in the moment, so you can tell, like, you can see kind of sometimes when there's something like there.
Right.
It's hard to explain if you've never like seen the weird pixelations that it does sometimes to the camera that you can't see live, which is weird because I can't see it either when I'm holding the camera showing you guys the live and while it's running live.
Mm-hmm.
It's after we review the footage, then it's fuzzy, like in weird parts. It'll be like pixely as hell, and it wasn't doing that when I was filming. It was rolling just fine.
Yeah, and we have like 2 to 3 cameras that we're rolling with at all times. We've caught stuff on pretty much all 3 cameras, I want to say, right? Maybe not the body cam yet, because I didn't set it up at Iron Island.
God.
I set it up, I didn't record. Stand corrected.
The little green light was on. Always double check. Just because the green light was on doesn't mean it was recording. We thought so.
Yeah, and where I messed up that night, we have the Hoja Kojo. That's kind of the camera that, like, we use that camera to get the spot of the room that we're kind of like not paying attention to, or we
It
might
also
have
has
our
like a little
bags
mic
to.
on it.
Yeah, that we've
So
actually
that
gotten some good EVPs on it.
picks up weird things or footsteps or whatever, so we just kind of leave that.
And that's usually the camera that we carry around with us and move from place to place. Body cam, maybe I'll just start wearing it on my chest. I don't know how we want to roll with that. Maybe set it up like we do with Hoja Kojo.
Point of view, Joe's point of view.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like to get a wide open shot of the room, though. You know what I mean? Like, because we've caught stuff. That's how we catch stuff peeking at us through doorways, is getting the wide open shot. Yeah.
Spying on you.
Yeah, no. And that's one of the things the Shadow Man said to do at Iron Island. He instead of just paste that main hallway by the dead door, where when at the end of a funeral ceremony they carry your casket out, right out through that door, and we went in that door. The spirits were not too happy about it.
No, I think they're a little confused why we came in through a door that
nobody else ever comes through.
Yeah, like what the hell?
The tour guide even thought it was funny. She's like, nobody ever comes.
I can't believe she opened the door for us and let us come in through there. I was like, what? I'm like, I'll go through the back. It's fine. I was like, I'm not trying to make nobody upset,
Yeah, I didn't even think about it, honestly. I was like, oh, she's cool with us coming through here. Why not? I'm the same guy that was like stuff in the middle of the night.
Yeah, anything else about the Iron Island that you liked? I'm not gonna lie, the housing area in the back is decent.
Yeah.
It looks like a decent little housing area. There's a kitchen, there's a nice kitchen, a big dining room, a big living room, there's a bathroom there, and then a little tiny bedroom off of the dining room, which, it was a decent little area to like live, I guess, if you're brave enough to live in the back of a funeral home.
Yeah.
Like a guy in Wanda.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Overall, I do highly suggest the location. This horror guide there did everything to not interfere with
she even watched us get to our car safely.
Yeah. Lisa laid down the law out there. She's like,
it's a bad neighborhood, so I'm going to watch you go to your car. I was like, oh, thanks, Lisa.
But no, it's very, very good people there, and even during our investigation, they literally do everything in their power to not corrupt your investigation at all. She stayed to this side. It was actually really nice, this side of the house, that if you're in the basement, it's not even connected to the basement. It's just there's the house and there's land right underneath it.
Yeah. They actually had to dig the cold storage a little more, didn't they?
Yeah.
The cold storage where we seen it looked like something was walking towards us out of the cold storage. She said that if they actually had dug it out more, because they had to install some like furnacing for heat during the winter or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of creepy in there. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. It definitely just looks like someone just dug it out and that was it. Like didn't shape it nice and cut it off nice. It just dug out.
Yeah.
It's pretty creepy in there.
Yeah, highly suggest the location. Would definitely like to go back to. They run specials all October too, where you can go into the museum and tour it around. We went in there towards the beginning of their preparing for their Halloween stuff. So watching the footage back, there was a lot of stuff that I was like, oh, what's that? And it's a Halloween decoration.
Halloween decorations are creepy.
Yeah, no, they got me a couple times.
Creepy as hell.
There was a decoration that was right outside the chapel room, and it was just right in this window, and it was just a man and a woman standing there. And it was during an investigation. It's the first thing you want to see if it's actually there.
Yeah.
But,
God, we really want to get a full body apparition on camera.
Oh,
on camera, so you guys can see it.
Yeah. So far, the closest thing we got is that Dunkirk Lighthouse one. The little girl standing next to the piano. And definitely, guys, if you have any questions, comments, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. Share the video around. But with that being said, I mean, we're pretty much said and done with Iron Island for now. A location I'd like to go back to sometime. But starting now, we want to talk about tomorrow and what we're going to be doing overnight at Wildwood. This is going to be the first time we're actually sleeping in one of the locations we stay at, which is going to be sleeping, yeah, as much as we could with who knows what'll be going on, all the history there, and a lot of different things
Maybe
going
we'll
on.
hear someone coughing up a lung or something.
Maybe we'll hear someone screaming from their electric bath.
Possibilities are endless, huh?
Absolutely. We're going to start at 6:30. There's going to be about 3 to 4 lives in this entire segment for you guys. Tune in. We know it's going to be running late. It's Sunday night, and we appreciate you guys, tuning in tomorrow when we're there. We are doing a live virtual tour for you guys. It's going to start about 6:37. That's when we're going to be first arriving there. And I believe Brooke said that the tour guide was okay with being filmed during the live tour. Oh, I missed all these comments. I'm so sorry, guys. I was wondering why we were getting absolutely nothing in the comments.
Yeah. To make everything pop up again.
Oh, Liberty, no, that's the Paranormal pup. Tiny there.
That's chunky.
That is Miss Chunky. But there's going to be about 3 to 4 live events tomorrow night. We're gonna have the whole house to ourselves. Like I said, we got permission from the owners to record, go live with but we're gonna go live with our tour and give you guys kind of a little bit of a show around.
Yes.
Actually.
Let you guys see, scope it out, see like where we're, before it gets a little darker and stuff.
Yeah. As opposed to me doing my very best.
Yeah. 6:30 you said? We're starting the tour.
We're gonna get there at 6:30.
Start the tour at 7.
Yeah, probably,
before it gets dark.
Sign waivers if we get possessed when they're not liable.
Yeah, we had to sign a waiver at Iron Island.
That covered possession. It was a little different. Don't know if that's actually legally binding, but I signed it. And I won't sue anybody if I can. It's my own fault.
It's fine.
But first one's going to go live about 6:37. That's going to be the whole virtual tour of the house. Like I said, we are staying the night. The first live investigation is going to be at 9. With the way our batteries have been rolling, we expect that we'll be able to go live till about midnight, 1 a.m. with the first live.
Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Depending on if things drain batteries or not.
Yeah, we got all of our equipment charging right now.
I feel like Iron Island was kind of like that.
Yeah.
She said she set up a thing. It feeds them energy.
Yeah, and still.
And then I almost feel like they get so used to the energy being fed to them that they'll still go seeking.
She kept it on when we were there.
They were draining our crap.
Yeah.
I had a battery pack hooked up, and the phone was getting hot.
And by midnight, 1 o'clock, the phone and the battery pack.
And I've never had the phone get hot like that during our lives, so I was actually surprised because we were just starting still. I swear we were in the first room, only an hour and some change, and it was already getting hot, and battery was getting drained.
Yeah.
I was like, jeez.
Yeah, and Wildwood, this is a place neither one of us has been before. Definitely a very good location from what we've heard. Seance room. A lot of stuff going on there. I've heard it's a very beautiful location. People that have never even stepped foot into Wildwood get readings from past people. So this is definitely going to be very interesting for us.
It makes me wonder who built the Wildwood, because
yeah.
The thing is it was built in 1900 flat, just 1900, and then it was purchased by some doctors in 1903.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, who built it and for what?
They studied osteotherapy, which from what I'm understanding, we're going to learn more about this tomorrow during the tour, so I don't want to take too much away from the tour, and I feel like the tour guide will be able to explain what osteotherapy is.
Yeah, she'll probably have some stuff we don't even know
Absolutely,
about, you know.
yeah, which, very much so looking forward to. But they were giving people like hot and cold baths, electric baths that we mentioned
Because
earlier.
they were saying this was like therapeutic, and I'm like electric baths.
Yeah,
yeah.
It makes me think of like dropping a toaster in the tub with you.
Like, how is that therapeutic or gonna help anybody?
Yeah, and they were treating like a wide variety of patients there. They spent years building this building so it could accommodate up to 12 patients with non-contagious disorders. So things like, at the time, drug addiction, alcoholism, mental illness, stuff like that. So that's why it was a lot of like therapeutic, quote unquote. An electric bath sounds real therapeutic. um, and on top of that, they were actually forced to open and become a tuberculosis hospital with how bad tuberculosis was back in the 1900s.
Yeah, in the beginning of like, I think 1903 was one of the first. I was just looking into this actually because there's Jane Addams, which was a big tuberculosis hospital, and I guess one of the first people that had it in 1903 from Buffalo got sent to the Jane Addams in Gowanda because they were going to start treating them there, and then it became like this big boom in tuberculosis. You know, it was a big thing. People were dying from it. It wasn't really curable then. Like you couldn't really treat it.
Yeah, they were putting people
they were
outside
trying
to sunbathe.
to do, the best they could back then. But
Yeah, which, speaking, we were kind of talking about this between the two of us earlier. We were like, so when you look at Wildwood Sanitarium, it's a beautiful home. And it just makes you wonder, why would it doesn't even look like a doctor's office.
It looks like it was meant to be a home, like somebody's home.
Yeah, someone lived there.
Yeah.
And it's just, why did you turn it into an osteotherapy place, number one? I mean, I guess maybe if you're doing a therapeutic thing.
Doctors are probably trying to find offices and just kind of buying small houses like this, especially in the middle of somewhere like Salamanca back in the day.
Yeah.
You needed a hospital or something out there to treat people.
Yeah. Because, like, even by today's times, like, just, when you look to book the overnight, and this is all information on their site, it sleeps up to 6. So back then, they accommodated it to sleep to 12 people. Which brings me to my next point. How did you make this a tuberculosis hospital? Maybe the plot of land. I know there is a big plot of land surrounding the location, so maybe that's the thought. Like, okay, they can go outside and get their air, and that's kind of what they thought was the cure for tuberculosis.
There's also a cemetery down the road that I don't know if that has anything to do with Wildwood itself. I don't know if people that died at the actual sanitarium would be buried at that. That's like a cemetery we gotta still go check out.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's right down the road, so it makes me question if that was part of the land next to the sanitarium. So like they would bury the people that were sick and diseased and dead already away from the sanitarium over there. We gotta check that out.
Maybe we'll on the way back or something.
Creepy. It'd be creepy to do it early in the morning.
Yeah, no, because we have it the whole night till 10.
That's if we're allowed there. I don't know if they have like a gate or anything for certain hours. Yeah. Probably not. It sounds like it's more of an abandoned kind of cemetery. Like it's older, so nobody really gets buried there anymore. But
okay, yeah, no, maybe we can take a little walk through there after our investigation that night.
It's close by, so it makes you wonder,
Yeah, and I actually was watching the one podcast. It was a couple weeks ago now. But they said that in the seance room of Wildwood, people have gotten like relatives that have passed that nothing to do with Wildwood. So it makes you wonder like what's there that is making people able to talk to.
Well, I mean, people do seances.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I should have asked that during his podcast. But he said he got it through a spirit box, similar to like how we would investigate, not like a seance is just with a medium present. I want to say. So I don't know. Definitely something we're looking forward to, checking out what happened there. But back to the history, without taking too much away from the tour tomorrow. Both doctors did pass away in 1941,
which I think is weird.
Yeah.
And I want to know what they passed from too.
They were each married twice. to, obviously separate women. And I want to say like their kids or something like that took over the building until 1950, where it became the apartments. Like I said, tour guide will have much more knowledge and history on
Smoother
this.
rundown of it all
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So this is just kind of notes we got and wanted to share with you guys. But yeah, when it was after the 1950s, it was for 38 years, it was just apartments. So on top of this being a place where tuberculosis happened and it was kind of like end of life care and mental illness, things like that, people lived lives in here. Could you imagine being the first one?
Yeah, apparently they treated drug addiction, mental issues, alcoholism, other weird things. So it makes you wonder what they did there too. Like I don't know, because doctors were shady back then.
Yeah, and what they were actually doing.
Yeah, you could have been a science experiment for all you knew. Like
We still are.
we still are, yeah, but like with more legal binding to help prevent that nowadays. But like back then, you kind of just trusted the guy that said he was the doctor.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
yeah, took meds he gave them, whatever that might have been. But yeah, on and off, it was owned by multiple families after the 38 years. It sat vacant for a few years. It, a lot of, I could only imagine who was in there while it was vacant. The Salamanca area. Could have been some homeless guy, which brings us to our next point, that it was bought by the Wagatha family in 2017, who now takes very good care of it. And anytime you do an investigation here, all the proceeds do go back into the house, and that's a big thing that we believe in.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier with the Conjuring house, you don't know how long these places are going to be around. Who's
Or
going to
like
own them one day?
Jane Addams, how it's non-existent anymore. Really, it's falling apart and just crumbling. Wish they would have preserved it so people could actually like investigate it.
Yeah.
And still like see its beauty, but it's just a ruin now.
And you just really want to you want to see people do it, but you also want to see them do it right. And you don't want it to be like a big money grab.
Let's hope the Conjuring house ain't like that.
Mm-hmm. And this place, these owners seem very genuine. They seem very into what's going on with the paranormal investigating.
Yeah, they seem cool.
Yeah, very nice people from what we understand. Very much so looking forward to meeting them.
I'm looking forward for that tour.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm excited for the tour. If you're all like, the juicy tea and gossip. Share it with you guys.
Yep, and like we said earlier, we are going to be running multiple lives that night. Very beginning tour, we're gonna run our live investigation at 9 until pretty much cameras and batteries are dead. And another one, we are going to be live at 3 a.m. We really are making it a point to be live for the witching hour, so to speak, because this is gonna be the first time we're live overnight like this. And we, as you know from our last investigations, we like to take our time, so it's gonna be nice to be able to really get into every room and get into each room uniquely.
Yeah. Do you know how many rooms there is? When I looked on the it was funny. I looked at the Zoe listing just to see if there was any interesting like, little facts or anything, any details. It says it's a 7-bedroom, 3-bath. So that's why I'm like, how many rooms is there, and are we gonna have time to do them all?
We have it till 10 a.m. We have
Hopefully.
until 10 a.m. Like I said,
we could spend a couple hours in a room just
absolutely.
chit chatting with someone. So
we're gonna push it live as long as we can. We plan to sleep there as long as we can.
Hopefully we hear some voices.
Yeah,
some footsteps.
Footsteps running
Hopefully
around.
we see something.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
And in the morning, we kind of want to do like just a small recap of what happened when the camera stopped rolling, and genuinely what's gonna be.
What happens when the camera stops rolling? Tea break. Probably for that night, I'm gonna need a pee break. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be going all night.
It's gonna be a long one. We're gonna need time to recharge
so
batteries.
There'll be a couple lives.
Yeah, there's gonna be a few lives throughout the night, and like we said, we understand it's gonna be Sunday. It's gonna be late, and anybody who's up joining us, we really do appreciate it.
If you want to watch it any other time, you can find it on our page afterwards. So if you want to
like
you
it, share
start
it.
it, and then you didn't finish it or something, you can always watch it on there.
Like it, share it so it's on your wall too, so you could always come back to it as well. Helps your friends kind of, maybe even get in on the fun. This is going to be live and interactive as well. There wasn't too much in the comments tonight, unfortunately, but at least we don't
say we know most of you, so.
Yeah. And we're real happy you guys tuned in. We really hope you guys, come out tomorrow with us.
Join us for the tour. Check it out, see what it's like.
Ask as many questions. Tell us your experience here in the past.
Maybe you'll want to be, visit there and do an investigation too. You never know.
Yeah. Anything else we want to add?
I'm excited for tomorrow. I am excited.
I am very excited. Hopefully, we catch something.
That's the
ultimate.
That's the goal. Yeah.
I really want to see the styrofoam ball move.
I know you do.
I know. I was trying so hard at Iron Island. So hard. So hard.
Can only hope. Someone will watch it.
But all right, guys. I think we're signing off. Thank you for ending your night with us, and
we're signing off.
Tell me, Chunky. Paranormal Pup. Thank you.